Hey guys, I just picked up this 2015 Summit X. It's 154, and I went to go take it apart because making sure everything's all good because I bought it used. And I went to go open up the hood and I noticed my sub-A support was hanging on by a tiny little bolt. This only part was, it was only not even held on by this bolt, and this piece is broken off. So I bought this new piece. I'm going to show you guys how to install it today. Yeah. Okay, let's get at her. So for this one, it's 10 mil. Stick that sucker on there. This one, making sure that's on the left. Nah, that's what's left of sub-A support. That and that. All done. There's the new piece. I'm going to put her on. That's nice and snug. Bolt in from this side. Nylon lock nut. Torque spec for this one is 159 foot-pounds. So I got my torque wrench here. No, need my extension. So 159 inch-pounds here. Torque this sucker up. There we are. Torqued up. Double checker. Good to go. So now that we got that off, that's good to go. That's on, nice and sturdy. Yeah. Now, the next step, putting this back together, is getting this piece that goes around your handlebar, around the steering column. Kind of got to slide this in here through all this stuff. Kind of clicks in right there. Got a little slide in right over here. This piece slides in right here to hold the throttle cable. And you got this, that slides in right over here. And that'll hold your wiring harness that goes down in here. Then, and this, plug this into the top one, and you're good to go. So now that the sub-A support is in, the next step is to put all everything back on top of the gas tank, and we're almost there. So if you have gas tank cap off, take that off. Gonna need this piece now. That's gonna go on there. That one you're gonna want some grippy gloves because it can be kind of hard to get on. You just twist around. If I can thread it in. Oh, wait a minute. Ha. Make sure you put the plastic on first before you do this, guys. Yeah. This is kind of an important piece before you do that.
Yeah, don't forget that.
I'm just going to slide that in there, and before you do anything, make sure you got all your wires hooked up. This purple plug goes right straight to your deskie. And I got this little extra piece for heated visors. Well, it just clicks in like that. And down here there's a couple little clips right at the bottom you want it clicked in. Click those in, make sure everything's sitting. It should click in nicely. Front here. Nice and stable there. Then you need this back. Put that on here. Now, you may want a set of pliers to get her a little bit tighter if you want, but you don't need her too tight, you just want her snug. Take the gas cap, put it back on. And then to get your heated grip switch installed, you want to go back over here, take this plug, plug it into the bottom one here. That way all that's back on. And next you need to put the headlight assembly on, and I have to fix my headlight assembly, get it replaced. So we're going to do that here as well. So for this, you take this, make sure all your light bulbs are in there first. It's a little bit easier to put it in that way. So you get your little cover here, you slide that on top of everything, make sure she's nice and snug. And when you go to fit her in, get these two flaps and line her up. Wiggle it in. Sometimes it goes in easier than other times. Take the short screws out of the two silver types. You can get short screw and a long screw. Put her in here. Make sure you don't cross thread your stuff. And do the same on this side. Start slow. Go in. Then you get your 5/16 socket. With a couple of these little black screws. And right at the top of the headlight here, you screw those in. Make sure everything's lined up. Same on this side. That part's in now. Now the air filters are next. I like to go in from the bottom first to make sure they're all lined up. These ones sometimes need a good amount of force. Make sure you don't push in the venting. That won't be great. Need to get a new filter. Sometimes you need a little bit of persuasion with these. That's nice and secure now. Then you got a couple more of these little black screws. There's two spots on the bottom for them. If you're using a drill, be careful. Tighten that up. If you have a Milwaukee M12, set it to 5. That works awesome. And this one too. Now to the other side. If you notice here, there's that little groove there. You want that groove to go on here. That makes things a lot easier too. Make sure everything's lined up right. Push it on. She clips on like nothing. Get your other two black little screws. If you're just taking the hood apart, this should be all that there is on the sled. There, both tight. Then you can do a couple things next. I've got one of these, so I'm going to do this next. It's a little easier to do now. So I'll get this all pushed in properly. Line that all up. Outside. Take the actual heating pad. Slide this into the little pocket. Mine's got a little hole for the cord. But that tucks down in here. That cord you'll want where the gauge cluster goes. And you can work on putting the rest of this back in here. Little Velcro strip just kind of goes underneath like that. I believe, yeah. There we are. Take that, wrap that over there like that. That's in. Okay, so you got your headlight assembly. I got this heated visor bag, so I stuffed that cord through there. Push the bag in. Make sure that fits all nice. Make sure you kind of start at the back and then, push forward a little bit. It'll click in a little bit better that way. Push harder. There we go. Got the clicker in there. I better click the air filter in all the way.
No, it was good. There's a little plastic molding there. It's just got a mold.
That's over on that side too. Then for this one, so for this you need 4 of the longer screws. So you get that, you get the same.
A little hard. There you go.
Get the same thing you've used for all the silver screws so far, and all the silver screws will be the same size. Go over there. Then you go over here. May question the long screws, but hey, that's what it is. I kind of didn't think it was right at first either. Put that in. That's in. Next we gotta put, the rest of the hood onto here. So for that, we'll move some stuff off here and onto the other side to make things a little bit easier. Put that right there. Then you take this piece, which I actually need to put a couple clips on first.
Better hurry up because my rum's starting to run out. My rum.
Oh, so for this, there's 2 little clips that you put in here. You gotta make sure that the long end here is kind of facing in the black. I had to replace these clips because they weren't here. Should hear a little click if they go in right. If they go in right.
You'll feel it too. And, even if they don't, you tighten the screw, it's not going anywhere.
All of them didn't click, but this one probably won't. And if it doesn't click and it's in all the way, it's no big deal because your screw will tighten it down once it's in, so you don't have anything to worry about there. And I got that clip in. So you take this, and when you install this, you want to twist it a little bit out. Makes it easier to go on. So you twist it out, she slides on nicely. She'll fold back down automatically. You're good to go there. I want to take this, flip it over to get these next 4 screws in if you have all 4. So then you take these screws. One goes in here, which can be a little hard to get to sometimes. Start this one with my hand. And you get this in there. Tighten her up. And then over here, oh, look at that. Maybe you shouldn't listen to me. These clips don't go on here. We need a little flat head to get these off.
Dun, 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 dun.
You want to get like a smaller flathead just to make, you don't want too small, but a smaller one is good. There's a little hook in there. You just kind of use the edge of the flathead and pull that up and wiggle her off and it'll come off. And then you slide it in on this piece. And here you'll hear it click. It goes in properly. This little piece will click down right here. It'll probably click down while I'm doing the other side. That's what happened earlier. Nice, you pop that up. Pull it out. Push it on here. There we go. Make sure that's on top of there, on both sides. And if this sled wasn't broken, there would be one more screw here to screw in, but just kind of missing that piece, so you can't do that one. You take your short screws, line this up right. There we go. You want to make sure you do these screws first. I haven't had that issue before. I guess I got lucky. Screw those in there. Same thing on this side. Those are in. Then go back here and tighten this screw.
Sure they're long ones? Look how long that is.
Those are the short ones. Yeah. Then the next step is you got 2 more black screws to put on, I guess. These are not the same black screws as the other ones. Can you get me a 27 Torx, please? Top row. Beside the missing one. To the right.
27 is missing.
27 is missing. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's right here. So you need 27 Torx for these 2 black screws. With these ones right here. These ones go on right here. Gotta get those ones in. So you might have to move the clip around on the bottom to get it in right. Get those in. It'll be same on the other side. Now that those are in and secured, I'm gonna want to take the hood. She's about to go on. You're gonna want to make sure all of your cords are out of the way, that you don't squish anything. You want to grab right at the front of the hood, right by the BRP logo. Slide her on. You'll know when she's on. She'll be nice and snug there. You want to make sure that this air intake goes all the way.
So you got a cable at your air intake. Cable at your air intake is not right.
There's a little cable under here. You want to make sure you don't squish like I just did. That's a little one. You want to take that and put it on top of the little piece that attaches to the hood. There. Ooh, sorry guys. Just kind of clicks in right at the top there. I don't know. Doesn't look like you can see that too well. And then you take this, line this up. Which we need to pull the hood more in for. When you get this lined up, just slide it right on. There you go. And turn it in and push down on this piece and it'll click in. That's how you know when that one's good to go. I'll see here the holes line up. I don't know if you guys can see that, a little hard. And there, the holes line up kinda. They'll line up here as well. You know those are good. Then, I'm still missing a couple screws. But for these little filler plates, these are pretty simple to get in.
You got a screw put back there.
Just kind of push them in, slide them in. Do the same on the other side. That's in. Then I got my cable for my heated visor. I run up over here. Just kind of pop it up over here. Choose your preferred routing. I like mine right about there. Then I can use this little adapter that I got to simply go for my plug over here. This over here. Once that's in, that's done. That's good to go. Next, you want to get your lights plugged in. Actually, no, this is tangled. Those are pretty easy. Those only go in one way. These little tabs go down. And then if you can find it, there's a little clip that this clips into. In here, just kind of, if I can get it in. No, that's not going to work for me very well today, so don't worry about it. Next, you want to take, should have 2 more short screws left after you put those in, unlike I did, but I'm missing those screws still. So you take that, you kind of put it in there, make sure that hole's lined up, hold it from the other side. Put her in. Go to the other side and do the same thing. Well, now you get your 2 last long screws. Make sure the hood's on all the way. Put those in. On here. Make sure everything's in. Over here, there's a little vacuum line. There's this little vacuum line. You want to hook this up to your ECM. Don't know if you guys will be able to see this. There's just on the one side of your ECM. There's a little nipple there. You put that on there. That's good to go. Get your gauge cluster. VRP logo goes at the top. Take this, plug it in. On the cord, it comes out of the bottom. That's how you know you're good there. Click that in, you should hear it click. And you find the right spot for this. Set her in. This, you want it straight up pretty much. Just slide in. Make sure it's on both those, wiggle it, she'll click in. Click it in down there. Get your windshield support. Pop in the front one. On the side too. Get your side panels. Take your clutch cover. Little trick to this one. Take it. Just kind of wiggle it in there a little bit. You take it and you push it in a little bit. It'll pop back out in that little flap where it's supposed to go. Get your big pin. You want to push in a little bit. Wiggle it in. Wiggle it in. That's good. Take this. On the 3 tabs, you want to slide the top one in first. Like it slid in, you put the bottom 2 in. Push down. Close that up. Then you do the same to the other side. I'll just move that. I'll go the same on this side. I got the little crack, I need to fix that too. Slide that in, push down, come over, do that, pop that in, push that in, pull that little strap over on there. Then you want to take the seat, line that one up. Click that in, and we're now reassembled. And she works now too. My pull starts here. So that's how you put everything back together when you're doing the sub-A support. And that's it. We're back together and we're ready to rip. Have a good season, boys.